You can be on, you can be up, you can be down, and you can be chasing. That's what we're talking about this week on Hard Facts. Hi, I'm Samantha Cunningham Zawilinski, and this week on Hard Facts, we're talking about how sometimes it feels like you can't help but be chasing all of your leads. And it really depends on how you're engaging and having a conversation with your leads and how you are driving them. So we're gonna focus on one platform and two ad types today as we jump into this episode of Hard Facts. So what am I talking about when I say chasing your leads? Well, do you ever feel like you take a look in your CRM and you say, this lead source does great, this lead source does great, and this lead source does, but I feel like I'm always chasing them to have a conversation with me. Well, we need to stop because that is not an effective or efficient use of your time or advertising dollars. And there's two changes we can make to Facebook and the ads that we're running there that will produce less chasing and more sales for your business. So let's start with the first ad type that I'm talking about, and that is lead ads. Now, I love lead ads because they can be great for your business, but I feel like so often when talking to different businesses, they say, Samantha, I am chasing lead ads all the time to even just try and have a conversation with me. And goodness knows if a lot of those even come to fruition of a sale, that is. And so I really accredit it to a few things we can change in our process and our qualification of these leads that are going to make our lead ads more valuable and less of a waste of time. So how do we do that? Well, first is thinking about the questions that you're asking in your lead ad. If it is simply the stock, first name, last name, email, phone number, throw that out and start thinking about your audience that you are targeting first and foremost. So often we have a platform approach to things and we think about just our goal for the ad, not who we're talking to. And that's really important because if you identify your audience, you can know who you're talking to and what you're talking to them about. Then identify your desired action. So what is the goal of this ad? Is it to sell them a product? Is it to sell them a consulting appointment? Is it to just inform them and get them to sign up for your email list? Each of these things really differ how you have that conversation and what you collect in that lead ad, and then how you have a conversation with them. But if you are trying to sell them something, most of the time you're going to want to qualify them as a business, especially if you're having a conversation. So what that means is think about what questions you can tactfully ask them in this lead ad that are going to help qualify them to ensure that when you get that contact information, it is not somebody that's just saying, hey, I want another free newsletter to hit my inbox because why not? So when you qualify that person with asking additional questions, even better. Now, when you follow up with this person through a Facebook lead ad, here's a couple things to keep in mind. So keep in mind what you were doing once they pressed the submit button. So here you can have a custom message, custom thank you conversation with your audience. And when you do so, you really want to leverage an opportunity to further qualify this customer. So you get the bucket of individuals who fill out that lead ad, and now they go to the thank you page. Maybe you send them to a page, maybe you show them a video, but in this, ask for another call to action. This allows them to further qualify themselves and then engage with you. And because it is a lead ad, I would say, okay, maybe try and take the conversation off Facebook, even though I really hate and feel icky saying that, because more often than not, we want to talk to the customer on the platform that we are on. But here would be a great way to move them to talk to you, whatever way you find you convert your customers best. So I would highly recommend thinking about text messaging with the customer. And at this point, they watch a video, they go to a page, they read more, whatever that action is, then encourage them to text you for a reason. Now tell them why and what you're going to then do by having that offline conversation or conversation via text message, for example. This is going to allow them to qualify. Now your Facebook lead ad has done two things. You have audience of super qualified customers who have taken and fulfilled a secondary action, and then you have customers who abandoned at that secondary action point. This means you can find out how you can curate your follow-up process for each of these audiences. These people, obviously you're starting to have a conversation with. These people maybe you nurture a little bit more and you don't outreach directly to them via a phone call or a text message. You have some templated answers and responses that go out to them to pull them down to that lower funnel point. But this is where, by curating your strategy based on the audience you're talking to, the goal, and then how you have that custom follow-up process to further qualify a customer, it works out in your benefit because now you're not chasing as much. Have you ever been doing research on YouTube for a product or a service and been served a video that you didn't realize until 4 minutes later that you were actually watching an ad? That's an example of a great video pre-roll, and here at PoChats, we offer those services as well. If you go to YouTube and you're doing research just like your customers are, but you're not running any video ads, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to drive interest and traffic to your product. If you've got questions on video pre-roll or types of pre-roll that you could use for your business, give us a call or or shoot us an email with the information on screen. We'd love to have a one-on-one conversation about how pre-roll can help you grow. So the second and probably my favorite topic of this episode of Hard Facts is using the messenger ad. Now, I don't think enough businesses are using messenger ads, but it is a great way to have a one-on-one conversation with your customer base or your desired customer. And there's two ways, or actually a few ways you can go about doing this. The easiest is going to be utilizing a messenger bot, so they're actually having the back and forth on behalf of your company. And then the more old school way is going to be actually doing that conversation one-on-one with your business. And I like this because it is a one-on-one experience with those potential customers that you're looking to either work with or have purchased your product. But it's important that everything we do is scalable. So really think about what is the best investment of your time or the best investment of your team's time. So in this instance, let's say you're using a chatbot. Now, a chatbot is going to automatically have a set of questions and potential answers that your customer can go back and forth on. At some point, this chatbot is going to conclude and set a set of next steps. Now in this, that's when that chatbot will then push that contact information into your CRM. Now, I have heard, and I've been talking to a specific business over the last week, which kind of brought on this episode of Hard Facts, that said, yeah, but once I get that chatbot messenger contact info in my CRM, that's where I have a really hard time re-engaging that customer. And I will tell you, we made one simple switch that drastically increased that conversation that they then had at the follow-up process where that business took it over. And it is simply this: have the follow-up conversation on Facebook. Get back into Facebook Messenger and have the rest of the conversation there. So sure, maybe your messenger bot set an expectation that we will be following up with X piece of information. You can send that information through Messenger. You can push them to other content and continue to have that chat there, but now it is your business because you qualified that customer. If you are not going to do that, you just say it is not scalable, I can't do it, won't do it, no way, hate Facebook. Whatever. But here's what you need to do instead. You need to make sure your chatbot sets proper expectations for how they're going to continue the conversation with you and what those next steps look like. So often we kind of say thanks after we gain contact information and hey, we'll reach back out to you, but there's no further expectation of how we will get together and how we will work together and what that follow-up process will look like, which leaves a customer thinking they should hear back from you immediately, whereas your turnaround time may be 72 hours before you actually get that information back to them because you put together a custom kitchen design for them. But without that proper expectation, they may think you just forgot about them. So again, when you can, go back to Facebook and have the conversation, because what is key is we choose to engage with customers on the platform they are most comfortable on. So often we push them where we are most comfortable as a business and we lose opportunity. Instead, engage where a customer engaged with you because they chose that platform for a reason. So keep that in mind no matter how and what platform you're answering leads on. It will increase your opportunity to actually have these conversations and decrease that chasing that we feel we all do way too much of. So one thing I want you to keep in mind here is if you have a question or you feel like the process is too difficult or you don't know how to use the chatbot or what questions and what expectations should you set, send me a chat, DM me, give me a call, shoot me an email, whatever works best for you. Remember the platform that you're most comfortable on, but we can one-on-one work to see what is going to be best for your business and what strategy can make sure you are chasing less and selling more. And did I mention us talking is completely free? I want to help and make sure your business grows because your growth is success we have together.
Hi, I'm Paul Potratz, and you've probably seen my videos for years or you've seen me at a number of conferences speaking. So I'm asked a lot of times when I'm at the conference, what exactly is it that I do? I'm an ad guy, but I'm also a sales guy. And what I do is I work with businesses like yours, possibly like yours, and I help them develop a strategy, a plan to be able to sell more. I don't talk about clicks and I don't talk about impressions, I talk about sales. So if you're struggling with your digital marketing, your paid social media marketing, your lead handling, or your phone skills, then we should have a conversation. You see the books, you've seen me in the conferences, I've created thousands of videos where I share knowledge, I give information. What other company have you come across in the industry that's willing to share so much information? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buzzwords being used right now, but I think the proof is here. The proof that we know what we're doing because we're putting it out there. We're sharing information. We're in books, we're in magazines, we're in Forbes magazine, New York Post, New York Times, and Wall Street Journal. While that might not mean a lot to you, I will tell you this. Our clients speak very highly of us. They hired us to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to help them increase their sales. So we're not just a digital marketing firm or an advertising agency. We are a partner, a sales and marketing partner. Because yeah, we create the digital marketing strategies, paid social media, video, pre-roll, traditional, all of the different advertising platforms, but we follow that process all the way through to make sure the conversion's happening on the website and that your team knows how to handle those leads and follow up on those leads. So if you're struggling to move your sales to the next level, then let's just have a conversation. Let's see if we're right for one another. Just reach out to me, and you and I, not some salesperson, we will have that conversation and see if it's an ideal fit. So let's talk soon.